Welcome to this film English lecture on Waterloo Bridge, the 1940 classic directed by Mervyn LeRoy, starring Vivien Leigh and Robert Taylor. Today we'll explore this timeless romantic tragedy through its historical context, geographical settings, symbolism, and enduring themes. This presentation will enhance your English comprehension while deepening your appreciation for classic cinema.
Our learning objectives are fourfold. First, we'll understand the historical and geographical context of World War II Britain. Second, we'll interpret key symbols like the Lucky Charm and military insignia. Third, we'll analyze major themes, including defeatism versus romanticism, family honor, and true love. Finally, we'll examine essential English dialogue and vocabulary from the film.
The film opens on September 3, 1939, the day Britain declared war on Germany. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain's radio broadcast announced, quote, "Great Britain is at war with Germany." Emergency measures immediately followed: blackouts to prevent enemy targeting, gas mask distribution, and mass evacuation of children from cities. This historical moment sets the stage for our tragic love story.
The Blitz transformed London into a city under siege. Air raid sirens, underground shelters, and nightly bombings became routine. In the film, we hear the chaos. Air raid, to your right. We're safe here. These terrifying moments paradoxically intensified human connections. Roy tells Myra, "In the shadow of a death raid, I can meet you and feel more intensely alive." War's urgency accelerated their romance, compressing what might have taken months into mere hours.
Waterloo Bridge, named to commemorate Britain's victory over Napoleon in 1815, serves as the film's central symbol. It's a threshold between meeting and parting, hope and despair. Roy asks his driver, "Go by way of Waterloo Bridge, I'll walk across." The bridge becomes fate's corridor, where destinies intertwine and tragic decisions unfold. Its historical weight mirrors the personal drama played out upon it.
Waterloo Station served as London's major departure point for troops during both World Wars. This is where urgent, heartbreaking goodbyes took place. In the film, Kitty rushes to tell Myra, "The orders have been changed. He's going tonight. The train leaves in 25 minutes." Waterloo Station becomes a symbol of separation, fate, and the desperate race against time that war imposes on lovers.
The ivory elephant charm becomes a powerful symbol of their bond. When Myra gives it to Roy before his departure, she says, "Perhaps it'll bring you luck. I hope it will. I'll pray it will." Roy responds, "That's wonderfully kind of you." Later, Roy returns it, saying, "It's brought me luck. Now let it bring you luck." This small token represents fate, hope, and the invisible thread connecting two souls across the chaos of war.
Myra and Roy embody opposing worldviews, creating tension throughout the film. Myra, grounded in pragmatism and defeatism, questions life itself, saying, "What's the good of anything? What's the good of living?" Meanwhile, Roy sees the world through the lens of romantic optimism, replying, "The wonderful thing about living is that this sort of thing can happen. In the shadow of a death raid, I can meet you and feel more intensely alive." The film captures this contrast further when Roy observes, "You're so young, so lovely, and so defeatist." Ultimately, these differing perspectives drive the dramatic tension between hope and despair.
The Rendleshire Fusiliers Regimental Badge is a powerful symbol of military tradition and family honor. Roy articulately explains, "A captain in the Rendleshire Fusiliers cannot marry casually. It requires immense preparation, formality, etiquette. Later in the film, the colonel approaches Myra with the broken lance emblem, reinforcing its significance by saying, "That badge is never going to suffer at your hands. If I weren't sure of that, I wouldn't welcome you as I do now." This insignia symbolizes the weight of aristocratic expectations.
Roy's marriage requires consent from his superior officers and His Grace, the Colonel-in-Chief. The Colonel states, "I'll have to ask you to get the consent of His Grace, the Colonel-in-Chief. As he is your relative, he can inquire more closely into this than I can." Despite wartime urgency, class hierarchies persist. Fortunately, Roy's uncle approves, saying, "I don't necessarily believe in what they call correct marriages. Seen too many of them turn out badly."
The film's heart lies in its portrayal of eternal love. When Myra asks, "Do you think you'll remember me now?" Roy replies, "I think so, for the rest of my life." Later, despite tragedy, Myra declares, "There couldn't be anyone else. I loved you. I've never loved anyone else. I never shall." Their final parting captures this depth. Every parting from you is like a little eternity. True love transcends war, class, and even death itself. Their first meeting occurs in chaos. Sirens wail, crowds rush to underground shelters, and Roy asks Myra, "Shall we wiggle through?" Pressed together in the crowded space, they begin talking. Roy asks, "You don't mean to say you're a dancer?" This chance encounter in the underground demonstrates how war creates unlikely connections. Fear and proximity accelerate intimacy, transforming strangers into potential lovers in minutes rather than months.
The Candlelight Club scene provides the film's most iconic moment. As candles flicker, symbolizing fragile hope, the farewell waltz begins to the melancholy strains of Auld Lang Syne. Roy asks, "I'll write to you. Will you answer?" Myra replies, "Of course." He continues, "When I come back, we'll go there again. That'll be our place." This bittersweet scene captures love's intensity against war's uncertainty, where every moment together feels precious yet fleeting.
At Waterloo Station, tragedy strikes through timing. Myra rushes to say goodbye, but arrives at the wrong platform. She catches only a glimpse of Roy through the steam and crowds. This cruel, missed farewell becomes a turning point in the story. The station, already a place of military departures and heartbreak, transforms into a symbol of fate's capricious cruelty. Sometimes the most devastating moments aren't the goodbyes we share, but the ones we miss entirely.
The film powerfully depicts women's precarious position in wartime. When Myra prioritizes love over duty by missing her performance, Madame Quiroa dismisses her instantly, declaring, "You are dismissed. My world is the ballet, and while you are with me, so must yours." This harsh scene reveals how wartime economic pressures and rigid moral codes left women vulnerable, with few safety nets when love and survival collided.
Waterloo Bridge endures as a masterpiece for multiple reasons. It offers sharp social commentary on class divisions that persisted even during wartime crisis. It reveals war's tragic cost on personal lives, particularly women's limited choices. Most powerfully, it explores timeless themes: love's purity confronting harsh reality, sacrifice, moral dilemmas, and the possibility of redemption. Nearly 85 years later, the film still resonates because human emotions transcend historical periods.
Let's delve into some crucial vocabulary from the film Waterloo Bridge. Important nouns include blackout, representing London's wartime strategy to minimize visibility during enemy air raids. Air raid itself is a powerful term reflecting the unrelenting attacks endured by the city. The word evacuation illustrates the urgent civilian movements to safer places. Regimental badge and insignia denote military honor and identity, significant in the film's exploration of class and duty. The adjective defeatist describes Myra's pessimistic outlook, contrasting sharply with Roy's romantic perspective. Key collocations such as air raid siren, wartime atmosphere, and family honor dive deep into both the historical context and emotional depth of the storyline. To master these terms, practice filling in dialogue blanks using them, matching synonyms, and reconstructing sentences from the film's rich tapestry.
To conclude our lecture, let's consider these thought-provoking discussion questions. First, does the elephant charm symbolize fate, or is it a representation of personal choice? Next, consider whether Myra's defeatism is influenced by her gender and social position, or is it purely a trait of her individual temperament? Furthermore, how do class expectations and family honor both restrict and enable love in the film? For your assignment, choose one symbolic element from the film, the bridge, the station, the insignia, or the charm, and write an analysis of 200 to 250 words in English. Make sure to incorporate at least one direct quote from the script. This exercise will deepen both your comprehension of the film and your English writing skills.